What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, creator of the Outright Bar, and partner in the Ambrosia Collective, as well as 015 Nutrition. So today we're going to talk a little bit about parenting. Now, you guys might see, those of you who follow me on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, a lot of my posts are about my kids. Now, my kids play a team sport. They all play soccer. Now, if that wasn't soccer, that would be another sport. But you also see them excel in everything from weight training. My daughter has deadlifted 370 pounds. My son is in the 200s and he only weighs like 84 pounds. My youngest, my 8-year-old, is boxing, playing soccer. I coach them. I was going to announce this next week, but I actually just accepted a head strength coach position at Ravenwood High School. So I've been coaching my kids, at Campton United Soccer Club in Campton Hills or St. Charles, Illinois. I was the strength and conditioning coach there. And one of the reasons I got so well educated or credentialed in training is because I want to be able to spend that time with my kids. A lot of people do different things with their kids. For me, I train with them. It's how I bond. But a lot of people ask me, now you have my kids who are really good students. They're in really good grades. They do really well in school. They're very well adjusted. People who've met them, they're very kind. They're very funny. They're very respectful, very polite. They're just really good kids. So I always get, especially on social media, like, hey, what are you doing for parenting? And the answer is, I actually had someone comment, you should write a book on parenting. The bottom line is I have no idea what I'm doing. In fact, for the first probably 6 months of my firstborn, Cammie's life, I didn't even hold her. I didn't know what to do. I've never held a baby before. I was the youngest of 2 children. My mom was military. My dad worked a lot. So I really didn't have, and the other things that went on in my childhood that those who have followed me a while know, I didn't really have that maternal or paternal upbringing, right? Like we weren't cuddly people. Like my mom wasn't about to cuddle, right? Like I didn't cuddle my dad. Like we didn't cuddle, we didn't snuggle. I wasn't that guy. It's just not my strength. And I've gotten better, but it's not my strength. So what I'm going to get into today is my top 5 tips to be a good parent. Now, a lot of these come later in life, past the critical ages, right? I always used to say, when a kid hits about 11 years old, that's when you better hope you set their moral and ethical foundation. Because that's when you see little kids and teenagers go on the Maury Povich show and say they want to have a baby. Okay? We don't want that. So here are my suggestions as a parent. Now, this is assuming the kid wants to do it. Okay? Some kids are just unathletic. Some kids just like to play chess or do whatever. But let's go into number 1. And this is what saved my life. The number 1 thing I have, and again, this is my list, in addition, of course, providing and all that other stuff. This is the extra stuff. This is going above and beyond. This is my extra tips, not beyond the whole provide, don't hit them, don't drink, and do crack in front of your kids, right? This is the extracurriculars. This is what I think makes my kids really awesome right now, and hopefully it continues that way. And 5 years from now, you're like, Mark, your kids are crackheads. Hopefully it doesn't go that way, right? So number 1 is, I recommend you put your children, assuming that you find it, right? You find their passion in one team sport and one combat sport. Now, as you know, who followed me a long time, football saved my life. It literally got me in the right direction, self-corrected me, and got me to take a path to where I'm at now, where I was going the wrong way for a long time. Now, for me, I chose football. In the process of choosing football, I tried out baseball. I was actually the starting center on my junior high's basketball team. Believe it or not, I'm the same height I was in 8th grade. Not because of weight training. That didn't happen until later. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey, whatever it is, do one team sport. Team sports teach you teamwork. They teach you leadership. They teach you how to take direction from a coach. You need one team sport, and you'll make friends that will last an entire lifetime. Definitely get your kids involved in one team sport and one combat sport. Now, a lot of kids might like karate, right? Cobra Kai. A lot of kids might like that karate. A lot of kids might like that Muay Thai. For my kids, old school, man. My daughter used to box, and now that she's in high school, she's now wrestling. Those who've been following me on Instagram, she's 3 days in and crushing it. Before that, you've seen her spar in boxing. My boys, they both box. In fact, we just boxed this morning. The reason I recommend any kind of combat sport is your kids need to be able to defend themselves against bullies in school. It also teaches them discipline, and it's up to you. If your team loses at soccer, your team loses at soccer. It's a team sport. In soccer, you're 1 of 11. If you lose a wrestling match or you get knocked out in boxing, you have no one to blame but yourself. It wasn't because your center mid couldn't distribute the ball up top to your winger. No, it was because you got knocked out. You got beat. Team sports and combat sports, do both. Do both. Number 2, and a lot of parents will hate me for this, let's focus on grades. Why are grades such a big deal? Standardized testing and standardized schooling like we have in this country, in America, are obsolete. Some kids are just not good at school. Take, for example, my brother-in-law, okay, Tommy. My brother-in-law, not the best student, right? He was really good with cars, mechanical minded. He could fix anything. I remember him and his dad used to go and they used to build cars together, Chevelles. Man, this dude, successful auto shop in California, okay? Not everybody is meant for school. Not everybody is meant for college. My kids know, and here's another thing. My kids know that, look, in Tennessee, we got free school, free college. First 2 years of community college are free. Free 2 years of tech school. My kids don't want to go to college. That's fine. Don't care. My degree is pretty much useless. Marketing. Doesn't do anything for me right now, right? But, tell you what, as long as my kids work hard, as long as they do their best, as long as they do their homework, and they communicate their issues with their teacher. This isn't like the household. It's like, if you don't get straight A's, you're not playing sports. You know what kind of stress that puts on a kid? I don't like that, man. And I really think that schooling's obsolete anyway. My kids go to school. My kids are A students. But not because my son brought home a B. He was upset. I didn't give a Let's edit this. I didn't give a darn about that grade. I don't care. Bro, you got a B? Okay. Now my daughter, because she wants to play D1 soccer, all that, whatever. Okay, she's in all honors, all AP. It's a joke. She also got 5 hours of homework a night. I don't remember doing 5 hours of homework my entire high school years. Bottom line, I don't focus on grades. If your kids have that mindset to win at sports, look, I never focused on grades. My wife didn't either. Yeah, my kids think it's the end of the world when they get anything below an A. Because they're athletes. Athletes like winning, and getting A's are winning. Promote sports, athletics, and development. Also, training and being athletic makes you smarter. If you're smarter, you will get better grades. If you have a winning mindset, you will get better grades. We don't push for all A's, but for some reason, they usually bring them home. Number 3. Talk openly about politics and world events. My wife and I don't shield our kids from our opinions. Good for them. I'm an independent. I'm one of those crazy fools who believe some things on the right are good and some things on the left are good. I'm an isolationist. I believe in some form of national health care. I'm crazy like that, and that I don't belong to Republican or Democrat sides. We talk in this household. We debate things. We talked about the election. We talk about all these different issues. We talk about immigration. We talk about everything. We do not shield our kids. We also do not indoctrinate our children. For example, I'm decently religious. I believe in a God. I believe in God. I don't choose a religion. I come from a Jewish upbringing, but I do believe in a God. My wife, she's more agnostic, more atheist, right? My daughter, We sent her to a Christian day school. She's siding with the atheists, all right? She's not there. I think she's more agnostic. But she's not really buying the God thing. And we put her, like, we had her, like, but when she came home, she's like, yeah, they talk about Jesus. I'm cool. What do they got to say about Jesus? That's cool. Well, just know, our people did not kill Jesus. That's you guys ever see The Night Before with Seth? Never mind. Yes, talk to your kids. Don't shelter them. And that gets me to another thing. Number 4. Curse words. You guys know I've gotten a lot better. 40 years old, coaching at a high school. I've kind of been warned before by youth clubs I've coached for to not curse so much. I don't curse in front of the kids ever. But I will curse on YouTube, and I've curbed that a lot. Okay. So bad words. I tried for like 2 years, and I couldn't. My kids, they'll let it slip once in a while, but overall, if they're in a public setting, if they're around adults, they're not going to curse. And look, man, my daughter's 5. Dude, I'm old. Whoa. My daughter is 15 years old. Y'all remember being 15 years old, man? When I was around my friends, we cursed. We said a lot of bad words. They're going to hear it. We just let them know there's a time and place. Look, man, if you're chilling with your homies, for me to think you're not going to let the F-bomb slip is kind of, you know what I mean? That's kind of far. That's not realistic. Okay, my daughter and my son and my daughters and everything, they've been in boxing gyms. Have y'all ever been in a boxing gym? We literally, at my boxing gym, I'm not even going to say what we talked about. This is YouTube. I can't even say it. And my kids are there. Like, what am I going to do? Shelter them from it? No. Am I going to tell other people at a gym that I'm there as a part of that gym, to curb their... No. They're going to be out in the world. Like, I remember, well, what are you going to hide things from? You drive down the highway. I remember when I lived in Elgin, Illinois, I'd drive to the airport in Chicago, and there's billboards about strippers. It's there. It's out there. So what are you going to do? So there's no taboo subjects in our house. But on that note, my wife and I, we've been through our issues like any other couple, but man, we've been married since 2002. That's 19 years married this year. April 13th is our anniversary, which, by the way, I should probably buy her something. And, we've been together since high school. Look, I'm not saying everybody needs to be with their high school sweetheart to set an example, but you know what? There's no taboo subjects. We try to lead by example. We don't drink in this house at all. They will never see alcohol touch my lips. We don't do drugs. Well, I do. I do HRT. My kids know that, though. Keep my HGH right there in the fridge. I tell them why I do it. I'm also honest with them that when I competed in bodybuilding at a professional level, that I used steroids. I don't hide things from them. I'm out there. I'm open. Look, man, this isn't one of those weird European households where everybody's walking around naked with little, we're not those people. But we're not hiding the real world from our children, okay? This is the most important tip I'm going to give you today. Number 5, most important. Be there. Be involved. Look, man, I got to admit, I traveled a lot when I first started these brands, man. A lot. Can't get that time back. There's one regret I have in life, and that's working as hard as I did. Sure, it afforded me this gorgeous, I'm looking out at my backyard. It's literally a forest. Like, I live on a hill in a rich-ass city in Tennessee. I'm living my dream. And that hard work afforded me this lifestyle. It wasn't YouTube. It was like, your YouTube views are down. YouTube never paid my bills. I'm decent at business, right? So, yeah, okay. All those years working got me this. I don't need this. I was just as happy living in an apartment when Kate and I first together. We could scrape by. Yeah, we're happy now. We're living a dream life. I'm not going to lie. But man, I can't get my daughter's first steps back. I can't get Thomas's first steps back. I saw Preston's first steps. I missed 2 of my 3 kids' first steps. That's a 67% fail rate on seeing first steps. I missed a lot of things. I see these videos from Facebook, the memories, when you click on Facebook memories. I see these videos Katie used to post with like the kids playing together, and I wasn't there. I missed it. I was out building the businesses. Sure, my kids are going to be set, but I can't get that back. They can't get that back. Dad wasn't there. So what I'm going to tell you to do is to be there and be involved. Look, man, I'm making up for time, man. Like, as soon as I was able to correct action, I remember I started coaching my daughter's soccer team at 6 years old. I took all the certification courses to become a soccer coach. My daughter was like 12. And I'm using her, she's the oldest one, right? 11. 11 is when I started really getting into soccer. Exos, all those training methodologies throughout their childhood years. Now I'm there. I'm literally coaching as much as I can. I train my kids 2 to 3 nights a week. I take them to all their travel games, whether it's in California, New York, Ohio, or anywhere. I have 3 kids in travel ball. I'm in a different state every week. Look, it's what it's about. At the end of the day, man, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But if you follow your heart and if you truly love your children, I think when I have a lot of new parents come to me because, look, man, there's a reason my YouTube views suck. Number 1 is I'm boring. And number 2 is that I'm focused on what I'm doing, man. I still put out my videos, but I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not. This is what I want to talk about because this is what people ask me, right? Might not be what the masses want. People want to see more plates, more dates, doing a video about somebody literally cutting their own gyno out. By the way, that was an awesome video. I did watch it this morning. I love that guy. He does good work. I'm past it. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that, we evolve as human beings. That's where I am. I don't know what the hell I'm doing as a dad. I have no idea what I'm doing, especially with a daughter. That's why I got her involved in wrestling and soccer. But you know what? We can all do our best. So the number 1 thing, and this is not the number 1 tip, the number 1 thing, just love your kids. Even when I was traveling, I used to cry myself to sleep because I missed my kids. And just got to love them. Love the hell out of your kids. Love the hell out of life. And do what you can to be a part of their lives. And don't be their best friend, right? There's a difference. You got to be their dad. My kids still know when I mean business. When they're fighting, I come in, I give them the look. Let's see what I can do. They really get scared by that. It's crazy. But you got to be the authority figure, right? And if you can, if your marriage or your relationship with your significant other isn't perfect, nobody's is, go to counseling. I'll tell you what, my kids have been much better since my wife and I fixed our marriage. Our marriage is perfect now. I mean, it's not perfect. Like, we got in a fight yesterday. Her fault, of course. But, like, not a fight. Like, we didn't, like, fight. Like, we got an argument. But the kids were gone. They were out doing school stuff, right? But, like, if you're happy and in love at home, that's a great example for the children. So be happy and be in love and try to show that to the children. And I know they'll go, ew, yuck, kiss, hug, show affection. That's my advice. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and of course, tell your friends all about us. And if you want to follow some great things, I have a lot of wrestling clips of my daughter, boxing clips of my sons. Thomas is sparring tomorrow. Preston did awesome work today. I want you to follow me on Instagram. It's at Marc Lobliner. I'm always available, and we'll be having a lot more events. And if you have the time, man, reach out. If you're in the Tennessee area, maybe there's a wrestling meet during the high school season, maybe a soccer game. I'd love to see you guys come and visit me, man. Or maybe there's an event we're going to have. For example, May 8th, we got the Rumble in the Borough, the largest charity boxing event I've ever heard of. No claim made there. I never heard of one bigger. I think it's big. Anyway, it's going to be great. You got Jay Cutler. You got all these great celebrities coming there. Mike Rashid, Brandon Curry, Jason Poston, you name it, they're going to be there. Anyway, I will see you there. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner, and that's not a game. Man, I love me some chocolate chip cookies and milk. Oh, I was eating chocolate chip cookies and milk. Chocolate chip cookie MTS way. Made with real cookie bits. Delicious.